I get it, you're scrolling through endless grow tent listings, each one promising a plug-and-play garden, and every photo looks pristine. Then you finally click buy, only to find the tent flops, the light doesn't cover the canopy, or the fan is louder than a vacuum cleaner. That hesitation is real, and it's why I'm breaking down the VIVOSUN GIY 5x5 Smart Grow Tent Kit before you commit. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, the biggest draw here is the all-in-one promise. The box arrives with a 5x5-foot frame, reflective mylar walls, a 645-watt bar LED, 2 efficient intake and exhaust fans, and a small hub that talks to your phone. When you unpack, the first thing you notice is how the frame snaps together with just a few bolts, no welding, no custom cuts. For a first-time indoor grower, that simplicity saves hours you'd otherwise spend wrestling with raw PVC or aluminum rails. Once the tent is up, hanging the bar LED is literally a matter of sliding it into the built-in brackets and securing it with the supplied clamps. The fans click into pre-drilled slots, and the hub tucks into a corner, ready to feed power and Wi-Fi data. Now, daily usability is where the kit either earns its keep or falls short. The VIVOSUN app lets you set a light schedule, adjust the intensity, and monitor temperature and humidity in real time. I set the lights to an 18-hour veg cycle and a 12-hour bloom cycle with just a swipe, and the fans automatically ramp up when the app reads a temperature above 78 F. For someone who works a 9-to-5 job, that remote control means you're not stuck tweaking knobs at midnight. However, the Wi-Fi connection can be temperamental if your router is on the other side of a concrete wall. I had to move the hub a foot closer to the router to keep the signal stable, which is a minor inconvenience, but worth noting if you're in a basement or a house with weak Wi-Fi coverage. Practical strengths become obvious after a few weeks of growth. The bar LED spreads light evenly across the 5x5-foot floor, so even plants tucked in the back receive enough photons to stay vigorous. I grew a batch of lettuce and a few tomato seedlings, and the leaf color stayed deep green with no signs of light burn, which tells me the spectrum is balanced enough for both veg and early bloom stages. The fans are surprisingly quiet for efficient models. Once the intake and exhaust are set to low, the noise drops to a soft hum, barely louder than a refrigerator. The environmental hub also records data logs, so you can see temperature trends over a week and adjust ventilation before heat stress becomes an issue. All of that adds up to a system that feels smart without demanding a PhD in horticulture. On the flip side, there are hidden trade-offs that can bite if you're not prepared. The 645-watt LED is powerful, but it does generate a measurable amount of heat, especially during an 18-hour veg cycle. In a small apartment without external cooling, you'll notice the tent's interior warming up quickly, forcing you to run the exhaust fan at higher speeds, which in turn raises the noise level. The mylar lining is decent, but it's not the thick, commercial-grade material you'd find in a $500+ professional tent. After a few months of repeated cleaning, you may see light where in high-traffic corners. Also, while the app is intuitive, it lacks advanced presets for more seasoned growers who might want CO dosing or custom fan curves. So, if you plan to scale up your operation, you'll eventually outgrow the software's simplicity. Who should buy this kit? If you're a hobbyist looking to start a small cannabis, herb, or vegetable garden without spending a fortune on separate components, this is a solid entry point. It's especially appealing for people who value remote monitoring. Think busy professionals, students, or anyone who wants the peace of mind that the tent's environment is being watched while they're at work. The price point is competitive for the amount of hardware included, and the learning curve is shallow enough that you can go from box to first harvest in a month or two. Who should skip it? If you're running a commercial grow, need more than a 5x5 footprint, or demand ultra-quiet operation for a bedroom setup, you'll likely outgrow the tent's dimensions and fan capacity. Growers who need a full-spectrum LED,